What's up, everybody? So today I want to show you how to replace the battery for the Game Boy cartridges. It's gonna be an easy and cheap way to do it. You do need to order the batteries though, of course. The batteries are CR2025 3 volts. I got these for like $3.50, something like that. They're very cheap. They come in a set of 5 batteries, so they're really easy to get off eBay. So once you get them, all you're gonna need is your batteries, of course. You're gonna need some scissors, a little screwdriver thing, black tape, a pen that you basically don't want anymore, a lighter, a Game Boy, of course, and obviously you need your games. Alright, so this is the first thing you guys gotta do. The first thing you guys gotta do is you gotta open up your Game Boy cartridges. Now, there's 3 ways to do it. You can either go with the, if you want to spend money, you can go ahead and order a screwdriver, special Nintendo security screwdriver, I don't know what they're called, which will open up those little star looking screws. They cost like about like $6-7 or something like that. You can go that route, or you can use the regular like little screwdriver where you actually you try to turn the screw with the screwdriver, probably scratching the area around the screw. You can probably like scratch it if you're not being careful. You can get some scratches in there. If you don't care about scratches in your game and all you care about is playing it, then that's a really easy way to do it. But if you're cheap like me and you don't want to go ahead and spend $7 for a screwdriver, the third alternative is actually get a pen that you don't want or that you don't use. And the first thing you're gonna do is take the little the point out. You're gonna take it out. You're gonna take all the ink out and everything. So it's just gonna be the pen by itself, the little tube. You're gonna see that you're gonna take out the little what is that called? The little plug that goes in here. You're gonna take that off, and then on the point you're gonna take the little ink point thing. I don't even know what they're called. So you're gonna take the little ink out, and what you're gonna do is with a lighter, you're actually gonna, you gotta be very careful with this, because you wanna heat up the plastic so that the plastic melts, but you don't want to light it up to the point where the plastic catches on fire and then like it goes like really crazy. So you wanna kind of like, you know, just obviously I won't be able to do it right now because I'm holding the camera with one hand. But what you want to do is basically just light it up a little bit, then turn it off and kind of like, you know, like blow on the pen so it doesn't catch on fire. So you're just gonna heat it up. Once you see that the tip is very what do you call that? Like you're gonna see that it's gonna start basically like to melt. Once you do that, you're gonna take a cartridge, not your Pokemon cartridges, because this could probably mess up the paint on them. But if you have an old Game Boy game that doesn't work, or one that you don't really care about, or if you have 3 copies of the same game and you don't really care about doing this, you're not gonna mess the game up. But what you're gonna do is, once the tip is starting to melt, basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press it really hard against the screw right here, and you're gonna press on it like really hard until the pen itself melts into the shape of the screw, if that makes any sense. So you're gonna hold it there really tight. Make sure sorry for the quality, guys. I know this is very very cheap way to do a video, but I'm in the process of changing my batteries and thought maybe somebody would like any tips on this. So you just gotta make sure it's straight, not that you're slanted it, like, you know, not that it's going off to any side. So once you hold it for like about like I don't know, like 45-60 seconds, you're gonna take it off and you're gonna just let it dry. Probably you know, just let it dry for like a couple of minutes, maybe like 5 minutes. The more the better. So after you do this, we're ready to move on to the second step. Alright guys, so once you have your pen, the tip of your pen in the shape of the screw, you can I'm gonna try to get it on. That's probably the reason why I sit right here. It's because I have this light right next to me, so it's easier to catch all this. So as you can see, that's the shape of the screw in the Nintendo cartridge. So once you have that shape, you're ready to move on to the second phase, basically, which is actually taking off the screw. So now you basically have like a cheap ghetto plastic screw. All you gotta do is now insert it and basically just twist away. The screw should come right off. If that doesn't work, then you probably did something wrong. You might have to try like several times. I had to do it like twice before I got the right what is it called? The right size, if that makes any sense. Sometimes, you know, you make the hole too big. Sometimes you move it too much when you're trying to do the hole. So it'll take a couple of tries. If you don't want to go through all that, then just get a screwdriver and just try to just twist the screw off without scratching the surface of the Game Boy cartridge. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take off the screw and I'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, the screw came off with the pen, which is a good sign. It means the pen screwdriver, as we can probably call it. It fits really nice. So the screw came right off with it. So we're gonna put that to the side. Make sure you don't lose the screw. And the next thing you're gonna do is basically you're just gonna slide the cover of this. You're just gonna slide it out, and it should look like this. Now here's the thing: if the battery on your game has already died, you don't gotta worry about this next step. However, if you still have what's it called? If you still have data saved on your cartridge, so this is the method you should approach it. This is the way you should approach it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the game. The game should still fit in your Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, whatever you use. So you're gonna switch it on, and I'm gonna show you guys really quick that indeed I have some data saved. I'm going to show you guys really quick. Alright, so continue, 8 badges, 74 Pokemon, 40 hours, 20 minutes into it. So I'm at a Pokemon Center right now. So here's the trick: you guys got to keep the game on. If you guys don't want to save the data and you want to change your batteries, this is the way to do it. So you got to keep your Game Boy on. I'm going to close it just to make it easier. You can tell by the music that is still on. So you're just going to put it down, you're going to flip it over, and here is going to be the next step you're going to take. You're going to take your screwdriver, you're going to take your little screwdriver. I'm going to actually put give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so this is how you got to do it. With the screwdriver, you're going to lift that little metal strap. You're going to lift it up. Very careful. There's the camera can't get it. There's going to be 3 pins that hold it down. So you basically got to get in there with the screwdriver and just make some pressure up to get the 3 points out. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you what to do next. Alright, what's up, guys? So I got the first metal strap out. Sometimes, let me turn the music down. As you can tell, the game's still on by the music. So anyways, I got the first metal strap off. Don't be scared if it takes a little bit of force to get that off. Just make sure that you're holding on to the cartridge so it doesn't turn off the game, basically. But you should be good. Just make sure you take off that first strap, and then you're gonna move on to the strap underneath, which is this one right here. Where's my? you're gonna move on to this strap right here. So there's another strap under the battery, and you're gonna do the same thing as this one. You're gonna slide it under and just try to push it up, push the battery up. And here's where keeping the game on is important, because if you turn the game off and you take the battery off, of course it's gonna erase your data. So you gotta keep your as long as the game is powered on, as long as the game is basically playing, you won't lose the data. You can take the battery off and the game will be fine. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, take the battery off, and show you guys that everything is still working. Alright guys, so I took the battery off. As you can see, there's that metal strap underneath, and there's the one that was on top. So here's what you gotta do next. As you can tell, the game is still on. You just gotta be really careful. What you gotta do next is you basically gotta lift, very carefully lift both of the metal plates. You gotta lift them up, and what you gotta do is take a small piece of what is this called? Fucking black tape, or whatever you want to call it, electrical tape, and you're gonna put it underneath. And after you have the black tape underneath, you're gonna basically put this one down, and then you're gonna put the battery on top. So I'm gonna do that right now just to show you guys how to do it, because I know just by explaining it's a little bit confusing. So here's basically how it looks. Alright guys, so the game's still on. I put the black tape down. Of course it's face up, so the sticky part is on top, and then I put it in between both of the little fuck, I don't know what they're called, straps, if you want to call them that. You put the black tape in between them, and then you set up this strap right here that was at the bottom. You put it down. Alright, so after you have it like this, the one on the right should still be up. That one should be left for last. So what you want to do now is basically get a brand new battery. Doing everything with one hand, it really sucks. Fuck. Alright, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Actually, just give me 1 second. There we go. Alright, sorry again for the quality, guys. I know it's not professional, but alright, so you're gonna have the battery now, which is CR2025. It's a little weird that when I took out the battery for yellow, it was a CR1616, and it is a little smaller than the 2025, but it should not matter. All the other Pokemon games take the 2025. Yellow, for some reason, is the only one that takes the 2016. This was the battery that I took off for Pokemon Blue, and it's a 2025, so that's kind of weird, but it should work. Don't be scared when you take out the battery and it's a lot smaller than the new ones you got. Alright, so for the next step, you gotta make sure that the plus sign, that the positive side goes basically down. So this side is gonna go up, the one with all the little dot looking things. So you're gonna put it right there. And carefully, what you want to do is just place the battery there, like in the center, and the top strap. You're gonna pull it down, making the connection almost complete. So it's gonna look a little something like this. All right, guys. So the next step, what you gotta do is you gotta, like I mentioned earlier, you gotta pull the strap down once the battery's in the center. You pull the strap down, locking the battery in place. As of now, the game, your data should be safe. The most dangerous part is basically when you take the battery off, and you have to take the battery off, and just be careful. Just be careful you don't shut your game off accidentally or move the motherboard, which causes the game to crash. So just be really careful. After you do this, you're basically almost there. All you gotta do now is basically really tightly, you gotta put this the tape over the battery, and then you gotta come and do the other side, and just make sure the battery's really in place. Make it almost as tight as you can, and it should work. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Of course, I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm gonna show you guys the final result of how it looks like. So, and here's how the battery looks like after it has been wrapped in tape, basically. So you just gotta make sure it's really tight. Make sure just to be safe, all the edges you try to tuck them under the battery. It doesn't look as pretty as soldering the battery to the actual motherboard, but it's way easier because in the future, if you ever decide to change the battery again, you can just take the tape off. Battery comes off easily. You don't have to you know, do all the steps that we did before. All you gotta do is just unwrap the tape, and that's it. So that's it, guys. As you can tell, the game's still on. So it should work. We're gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna make sure the battery's in place, make sure everything's right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the game. So there we go. Now I'm gonna take the game out. Here, I'm gonna come over here. Alright. So once the game is out, you can turn it off since the battery's in place. Again, it doesn't look as pretty as, you know, soldering the stuff together, but oh well, who cares? You're not gonna see that anyways. You put the top back on, and you put your little screw. Alright, guys, I gotta do this with two hands, so I'm gonna put the screw back together, and we're gonna test and see if the game works. I'll be Alright, guys. Back. So once we screw the little security screw back on, the game should feel a little heavier since the battery is a bit bigger than the one that was inside. But it's all good. It feels really nice. It fits perfectly. You see that the game is not like open in any way. I do have some label damage on this one. So anyways, what we gotta do now is test it and see if the 40 hours that I've put in this game are still there. I think it was what, 40 hours and 20 minutes. So here we go. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Bam. So far so good. It turned on, nothing, no problems. Alright, here we go. Come on, Pikachu. There we go. 40 hours and 20 minutes. And I'm at the Pokemon Center. Just to be sure, I got all my Pokemon, 8 badges, 74 Pokemon, so it worked perfectly. This is the second time I've actually done this, to be honest. The first time I did it was with this Pokemon Blue. I just took the battery off this one. Also a good idea, a little bit more tips is when you do this, make sure you, if you want to, it's nothing, you know, that you're obligated to do. But if it was me, I'll probably clean the Game Boy, the what are they called, the pins. Just make sure that with like rubbing alcohol, you clean the pins. That way they're nice and clean, so you don't have to blow into the cartridge as much. And that's it, guys. That's been my tips. Again, if you don't want to use the cheap pen method, then I suggest you, in the long term, I suggest you get the real screwdriver, because you never know when you have to open up a Nintendo 64 or a SNES cartridge or a Game Boy cartridge or the Super Nintendo console. So it's always good to have, but you know, in an emergency, this is a great method to use. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys learned something, or if it helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.